When you ask most people about their dreams, you'll often hear phrases like, "I want to be successful," "I want financial freedom," or "I want to live my best life." It's natural for us to want to experience the fruits of our labor, the rewards, the applause, the accolades. However, what many don't realize is that the journey to these outcomes is filled with unseen, muddy, and often uncomfortable challenges. This is where Denzel Washington's profound statement comes into play. You pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too. In its simplicity, this quote embodies the essence of the success journey. Yes, we all want the rain, the blessings, the success, the recognition, but are we prepared for the mud that comes with it? The rain might seem glorious from a distance, but without the willingness to embrace the muddy, difficult path that leads there, it remains a distant dream. This quote serves as both a reality check and a motivator. The process of success is never easy. It's filled with mud, the challenges, setbacks, and trials, and understanding that these elements are just as important as the rain will change your outlook on success forever. Let's break down Denzel's words and explore how this metaphor reveals the truth behind the path to greatness. Spoiler alert, the mud is where the real magic happens, and avoiding it means missing out on the growth that truly shapes a successful life. At its core, Denzel Washington's quote is about balance. Rain and mud are two sides of the same coin. They come together, yet most people focus only on the rain. But let's take a deeper look at this rain metaphor. Rain symbolizes abundance, blessings, and rewards. It's the external sign that the universe is giving back for the hard work you've put in. In ancient cultures, rain was seen as life-giving, a direct blessing from the gods. Without rain, crops wouldn't grow, animals would perish, and communities would suffer. In a modern sense, rain represents all the things we dream about: success, fulfillment, recognition, wealth, and happiness. But, and this is where most people get stuck, rain doesn't just fall in isolation. It brings something else with it. Mud. Mud is messy, it's sticky, it slows you down, dirties your shoes, and sometimes makes you feel like giving up. In the metaphorical sense, mud represents the hardships that come with pursuing success. It's the grueling hours you spend working on a project that doesn't seem to be moving forward. It's the rejection letters, the business setbacks, the missed opportunities. Every time we wish for success, we are inadvertently asking for the mud as well. But here's the catch. The mud is necessary. You can't have one without the other. When you pray for rain, you are simultaneously signing up for the mud, whether you realize it or not. And if you're not ready for the mud, you're not ready for the rain. The beauty of this duality lies in how it shapes you. The mud, unpleasant as it is, forces you to grow, to adapt, and to become stronger. Every time you struggle through a muddy period in your life, you're developing the grit, resilience, and mental toughness that will allow you to fully appreciate the rain when it comes. Without the mud, the rain would just be a temporary pleasure, one that you're not truly prepared for. Think about it. If success came easy, it wouldn't feel as rewarding. The rain feels sweetest after you've made it through the mud. The second layer to Denzel Washington's quote is the realization that the journey to success is messy. And that's okay. We've been conditioned by social media, success stories, and highlight reels to believe that success happens overnight, or that it comes without significant struggle. Scroll through Instagram, and you'll see endless posts of people celebrating their achievements, their vacations, their new cars, and their dream homes. Rarely do we see the countless nights they spent working late, the times they failed, or the many obstacles they had to overcome. This creates a skewed perception of what success really looks like. But in reality, every successful person has had to wade through their own mud. It's not glamorous, and it's often exhausting. However, embracing this messiness is a critical part of the journey. Mud, in this context, represents everything from personal setbacks to moments of self-doubt. From external challenges like a financial crisis to internal struggles like battling procrastination or fear of failure. When you pray for rain, you need to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for the muddy days that will come. These are the moments where you question your decisions, where you wonder if it's all worth it, where you feel stuck. The mud doesn't just challenge your progress, it challenges your mindset. How you deal with the mud determines how quickly or slowly you get to the rain. This is where many people falter. They start their journey with enthusiasm and excitement, but as soon as they hit the mud, they lose momentum. Some give up entirely, convinced that the mud is a sign that they're not on the right path. But the mud is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of growth. Every step you take through the mud brings you closer to your goal. The trick is to learn to embrace the messiness and see it as part of the process rather than an obstacle. Successful people are those who not only anticipate the mud, but who learn to thrive in it. They understand that without the mud, there's no rain. So instead of avoiding the mess, they lean into it, knowing that every struggle is an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. One of the most powerful lessons hidden within Denzel's quote is the idea that real growth happens in the mud. Think about it. When are you forced to grow the most? When everything is going smoothly and according to plan, or when you're faced with challenges that push you beyond your comfort zone? The mud forces you to confront your limitations, your fears, and you're in the room. It's about being the one who refuses to quit when things get tough. The mud is there to test your endurance, to see if you have the strength and determination to stick it out until the rain arrives. Donald Trump's journey is a testament to this. Love him or hate him, no one can deny his endurance. Throughout his career, Trump faced countless challenges, financial struggles, public criticism, and even personal failures. Yet, through it all, he maintained a relentless determination to achieve his goals. One of his famous quotes is, "Sometimes by losing a battle, you find a new way to win the war." This mentality encapsulates the endurance required for long-term success. When faced with setbacks, Trump didn't see them as the end of the road. He saw them as temporary battles in the larger war of achieving his vision. To endure through the mud, you must develop a mindset of persistence. You have to be willing to show up every day, even when progress seems slow or non-existent. You have to be willing to put in the work, even when you don't feel like it. Successful people understand that the rain may not come immediately. It might take weeks, months, or even years before they see the results of their efforts. But they keep going because they know that if they stay in the game long enough, the rain will eventually fall. Endurance also means embracing failure as part of the process. Just like walking through mud, there will be times when you slip and fall. But every time you get back up, you build resilience. Every time you push through the mud, you get stronger. Over time, you learn to navigate the difficult terrain more effectively. And what once felt like an insurmountable obstacle becomes just another step on the path to success. This is why endurance is so critical to success. It's not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about having the tenacity to keep going, no matter what. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent. They're the ones who refuse to give up when the mud gets thick. They're the ones who understand that the rain is worth the struggle and that every moment spent in the mud is bringing them one step closer to their goal. The final and perhaps most important lesson from Denzel Washington's quote is that the rain, the success, the rewards, the fulfillment only comes after you've endured the mud. Too often, people give up just before the rain starts to fall. They get tired of the struggle, discouraged by the setbacks, and frustrated by the lack of visible progress. But those who persevere, who stay the course even when it seems like the rain will never come, are the ones who ultimately reap the rewards. One of Donald Trump's most famous quotes is, "What separates the winners from the losers is how a person reacts to each new twist of fate. This is the essence of the rain and mud metaphor. Winners don't just wait for the rain. They actively push through the mud, knowing that every twist and turn, every challenge and setback is bringing them closer to their goal. They don't let the mud defeat them. Instead, they use it as fuel to keep going. When the rain finally comes, it's not just a reward for enduring the mud. It's a validation of all the hard work, perseverance, and resilience you've built along the way. The rain feels sweeter because you've earned it. You've battled through the mud, faced your challenges head-on, and come out the other side stronger, wiser, and more capable. The rain is the culmination of your efforts, the manifestation of your dreams, and the proof that you had what it took to make it through the tough times. But here's the secret: the rain never lasts forever. Just like in nature, success is cyclical. After a period of rain, there will inevitably be more mud. New challenges, new setbacks, and new struggles will arise. This is why it's so important to learn to embrace the mud as part of the process. The rain is wonderful, but it's not the end of the journey. It's just one chapter in a much longer story. Successful people understand this. They don't rest on their laurels when the rain comes. Instead, they use the momentum they've gained to tackle the next muddy path, knowing that each new challenge is an opportunity for growth and even greater success. In the end, Denzel Washington's quote is a reminder that success doesn't come without challenges. If you pray for rain, if you wish for success, abundance, and fulfillment, you must also be willing to deal with the mud. The mud is not a punishment. It's a necessary part of the process. It's where you grow, where you develop the resilience and strength needed to handle the rain when it comes. So the next time you find yourself in a muddy situation, remember, this is part of the journey. The rain is coming, but first, you must navigate the mud. And when the rain finally falls, you'll appreciate it all the more because you've earned it. Donald Trump once said, "Without passion, you don't have energy. Without energy, you have nothing." Let your passion drive you through the mud. Let your energy fuel your endurance. And when the rain comes, you'll stand victorious, knowing that you've conquered every challenge along the way. Success isn't just about praying for rain, it's about learning how to deal with the mud. The mud teaches us resilience, perseverance, and the ability to keep going when things get tough. It's the messy, uncomfortable parts of the journey that shape us into the person we need to be in order to achieve our goals. So the next time you pray for rain, remember, you can't have the rain without the mud. But if you're willing to embrace both, you'll be unstoppable.